Lorelai and Luke make up, finally. How do you reconcile after a big blowout? Mended light. As you all know, I'm going through Gilmore Girls season by season, watching it for the first time. I did a video a while back about Luke and Lorelai having their big fight and argument. They had this big fight because Jess was driving a car that Rory was in. They got in an accident. Lorelai was terrified, and she lashed out at Luke for not reining that kid in. And Luke basically put her in her place because she was out of line. And as you saw in that video, or maybe you missed it, she tried to apologize. She wrote a letter. She came in. Her apology was okay, but she did what a lot of people do, which is they take a step into accountability and a hard left into blaming somebody else, or a step into accountability and a hard left into justifying or minimizing. And Luke wasn't really having it. And he made it clear that, look, I don't hate you, but he didn't feel like things were ever going to be the way they were before because of how hard she went after him. And she was pretty devastated about this. So where we're at now is she's just had her heart broken again. It seems like she gets her heart broken 3 or 4 times a season, but that's the show. Christopher, her ex, and the father of Rory, they were going to get back together and reconcile. He had broken up with his girlfriend. He and Lorelai and Rory looked like they were going to be a family finally, and then his ex-girlfriend's pregnant, and he's going to do the right thing and be the father and help raise the child. And so here's Lorelai going into Luke's.
We're closed.
I know. Look, I didn't come here to make up or to try to get you to forgive me or talk. I wouldn't even have come here at all, but I had a really crappy night and I really, really need a cup of coffee. Just pretend I'm not me. I'm Mimi, new customer. I've never been in here before. I was just walking down the street and I spotted this place. Oh, hey, nice place. And I came in. Now Mimi is going to pour herself a cup of coffee and sit over here way far away from you. And she promises just as soon as she's done, she will rinse out her own cup and leave.
Luke's shrouded in darkness, reflecting his mood. It's a nice little filmmaking thing they did there. Nice little bit of lighting.
This is the second time I let myself do this.
Do what?
Think I finally found it.
Found what?
Love, comfort, safety. I mean, first with Max, which of course I screwed up, and then with Christopher, which of course all the elements of the universe got together to screw up.
Yep, it's tough when the universe is against you. That's like taking on the Manhattan Garbage Union.
I always thought if he could just get it together, grow up, maybe we could do it. Maybe we could really be a family in the stupid, traditional Dan Quayle golden retriever, grow old together, wear matching jogging suits kind of way.
Dialogue on the show is great.
And then he did get it together. He became that guy. And he gets to be that guy with her. Chris is gonna have a baby with his girlfriend. He's gonna marry her. He's gonna be there for her while she's pregnant, and he's gonna be there with her while their child grows up, and he's gonna be there for her while she does whatever it is she does.
All the things Lorelai wanted Christopher to be
And
for her and Rory.
I'm in exactly the same place that I was in before.
Is that so bad? I mean, you got Rory.
Yes, I do.
You got friends, you got a house, a job, apparently an iron stomach.
No, it's not so bad. I'm lucky, I know. I feel like I'm never gonna have it. The whole package, you know? That person, that couple life, and I swear, I hate admitting it because I fancy myself Wonder Woman, but I really want it. The whole package.
Give her a donut.
You'll get it.
How do you know?
I know.
How do you know?
Because I know, okay? I know. Now eat your donut.
I'm really not very hungry.
We'll take it with you. You will be later. Forget it. First time customers are on the house. Mimi, was it?
Yeah,
Come again, Mimi.
thanks. I will. Seems like a very nice place.
Yeah, I'm so Team Luke. Come on. Like, who else even... Like, Mike over here, our videographer, he hasn't even watched the show. He's just listened to these clips, and he knows. Everybody knows it's Luke. If she doesn't end up with Luke at the end, I'm going to drive over there, and I'm going to do a Mazel Tov cocktail, and just, that's it.
Molotov.
Mazel Tov. It's Jewish. Molotov. It's not Jewish. It's Russian. Okay, Molotov cocktail. Okay.
Molotov this, bitches!
Doing genuine, straightforward apologies and taking a personal accountability, at this point in the show, not a strength of Lorelai's, right? But I do enjoy, as I'm watching the seasons, she takes a step. She takes a step into that, a step further every time. But in this case, you know, with Luke, she wasn't able to do it. She didn't get it done. Her apology fell flat. And now she's in this, you could argue, like, what are you doing going in here to this guy that you've wronged with your heart on your sleeve talking about your problems? And sure, you could look at it like that. But on the flip side, he's always been there for her. And he's more than just like a coffee-serving bartender. He's a confidant. And he is somebody who, for all his sardonic wit and his wry sarcasm, he is somebody who cares deeply. And I think she really did go in there for the coffee. But to Luke's credit, when she opens up and she gets vulnerable, here's my big takeaway from this clip. As a therapist, I would advise humility and accountability, right? I always think a straightforward apology, taking ownership as part of a larger healing conversation of, and here's what I want to do differently to make things right, is always the way to go. What's beautiful about this clip, though, is vulnerability is crucial in reconciliation. And Lorelai isn't using Luke per se, because the fact is he could say nothing or he could tell her to leave and she'd be like, that's fair. I get this point. But when she opens up about her hardships, I love that you can watch Luke gradually just kind of soften because he genuinely cares about what she's going through. And I love the writing where, even though in real life I love things to be kind of straightforward and direct, in media sometimes it's cool when it's not. Like the fact that he slides the donut to her and she tries to pay for it and he says, forget about it, first time customers on the house. Mimi, was it? And then he looks at her with that, you know, that Luke warmth that he summons sometimes when he says, come again. And it tells you everything. And she says, I will, this seems like a nice place. We know that they are now reconciled. We know that the hatchet is buried.
Finally.
And I guess what I want to know from you, because I think different relationships have different languages, ebbs and flows. Because even though as a relationship expert, I prefer candor to mystery. That's just me. I prefer being open and direct. But I definitely have had relationships, like I have a sister that growing up, we never apologized. You know, we would fight, things would get ugly, we'd cool off, we'd come together, and we'd just say, we good? Yeah, we're good. Because it was kind of a shorthand, like, we're both sorry, we already know it, right? I remember one time, Alicia and I were having a conversation, and it was about to be a long conversation, and I just said, can we skip to the end? And she says, what do you mean? I said, well, we're both going to share our side of things, and in the end, you know, I'm going to be sorry and want things to be good between us, and you're going to want the same thing. And I think we're both tired. And then I just said, I'm sorry for this, and I said that, and she goes, okay, and then she apologized for her side of things, and I said, okay, we're good. Right? Sometimes you can do that shorthand. What I want to know from you is, do you have a shorthand like they do to reconciliation? Do you have family, friends, or loved ones where maybe you don't need to have the full conversation? Or are you more like me, where you prefer, generally speaking, to be direct and accountable and take ownership? What does that look like for you, and what do you think of this scene? Was this enough for you for their reconciliation after all that happened? Or did you want more? What did you want? Let me know in the comments below. What are you doing for the next 10 or 15 minutes? I can tell you. You're going to watch Luke and Lorelai. Why can't they admit their feelings? It's one of my Gets Therapized videos, and it's going to pop up somewhere. I don't know where they're going to put it. Maybe over my face like I'm Mike Wazowski. Who knows? Until next time, folks, keep shining. We need your light.